Teaching students with diverse needs can prove to be a daunting task. However, if the teacher is prepared, it can be an enjoyable experience for both the students and the teacher. It is important to get to know your students before they walk into the classroom. One way to do this is to visit with the classroom teacher. Find out the students' behaviors in the classroom and perhaps what kind of modifications the teacher has made that work for that student. Another important way to learn about your students is go to the special ed teacher. Ask to see an IEP. If you are not invited to the student's IEP meeting, you might ask to be invited the next time the group meets. 3 types of students with diverse needs that I would like to address are students with autism, the gifted student, and students with Down syndrome. Autism is a social disorder. Students that have autism can be very different from one another. That is why it's important to know your student before they walk into the classroom. Please be aware that students with autism can have sensory processing challenges. This simply means that noises or sudden actions can be quite frightening to these students. They would react differently than a student without autism. It is imperative for the teacher to provide a non-threatening environment for the student. In my classroom, I play quiet music because I know that my autistic students enjoy music. I also seat my students in a familiar seating arrangement. This way, they know exactly where to go when they walk into my classroom. And classroom movement is kept to a minimum. It is also important to be mindful of speech and language delays and impairments. To assist your students in communication, ask direct questions, give simple instructions, write step-by-step instructions, use pictures rather than words for instructions. Students may communicate verbally or by signing. Know your students' preferred method of communication. Incorporate whole class response. Allow students to stand to respond rather than raising their hands or giving an answer. Students with autism have difficulty interacting socially. Students can't say, "I don't understand" or "I need help." Teachers must know their students' body language. I have found in my classroom that it works well to reward the good behavior. I use a method of first do this, what I'm asking you to do, and then you can do that, what you choose to do. Clear expectations from the beginning of class through dismissal will encourage social interaction because the child will know what is expected of him. Gifted students must be challenged and encouraged in order to reach their greatest potential. Give students the chance to teach what they know. Let them help you teach a lesson, to express what they feel, and to share what they have learned. Sharing with your classmates will help them not only understand better what they are learning, but it'll allow their classmates to learn from them. Encourage your students to explore and learn on their own. Allow choices, such as different media, to choose from. This allows for self-learning through exploration. Challenge your gifted student to a deeper level of thinking by having him write a creative piece that complements the work. You will find when you are working with students with Down syndrome that they are eager to please and enjoy working with people. In my classroom, I work on improving the students' fine motor skills. Tracing pencil lines with glue, and using scissors all benefit the development of fine motor skills. With this particular lesson plan, I want to encourage my students to work independently. After giving them the instructions, I will also leave written instructions for them to follow in case they forget what they were doing. My students should be able to gather their collage material from magazines and also, for the most part, create their collage independently. It is important to focus on the creativity and not the production when working with these students. Many skills will be gained through the creation of the project. In this lesson, I tried to leave plenty of opportunity for the student to be creative. First, the student had to create their story, which could be anything that they wanted it to be. Next, the student needed to create a collage where they can find things in magazines that relate to their story, things that interest them. Finally, the student is given the opportunity to create some questions to ask their table mate about the lesson. These questions could be about the discussion, could be about the project, anything that the student wants to ask. I have found that making these few simple adjustments has enhanced the learning atmosphere in my classroom for both my students and me. Thank you and have a great day.